I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Easter is not really about eggs, bunnies, or even church. Not unless you want it to be, of course. What if I told you that this time of the year holds a powerful opportunity for a spiritual awakening? That's right. One that could shift how you manifest, how you feel, and how you live. This isn't a religious video. This is a soul-level conversation about what Easter really means for those of us who are on a journey of self-awareness, emotional regulation, and conscious manifestation. If you've been feeling anxious, burned out, like you're chasing something just out of reach, this is the video for you. Because this time of the year can change everything for you. Easter, for mystics and seekers, isn't about death and sorrow. It's about rebirth, alignment, a return to who you really are, your I am, the awareness of being. So let's explore this time not as a tradition, but as a portal. And in case you have Christian beliefs, I do not want to start any debate about the events of the Bible, whether they are historical or symbolic. This is not a video for that. So let's be respectful of each other. Thank you very much. Hi, I'm Marta and welcome to my channel. So for a lot of people, Easter rolls around and there is this weird tension. Maybe you grew up in certain traditions, or maybe it just feels like another long weekend to you, another should on the calendar. But beneath all that, there is a real craving for meaning. It's because nature calls. You want to feel connected, aligned, peaceful, motivated, and energized. Not because of any specific religious tradition, but because you're part of nature and energetically something just feels strong, powerful. This is a time you can truly harness. But instead, you might feel disconnected, drained, like you're trying so hard to manifest, to be high vibe, but you're just tired. And that is totally okay. You're not doing anything wrong. In fact, everything you want is going to unfold for you perfectly. We've just forgotten what this season is really about. And by the end of this video, you will understand what it truly means. But before we continue, if you want to find out what's blocking your manifestation, I've created a free quiz that helps you uncover what's holding you back. To take the quiz and see the customized tips and strengths based on your result, comment below "I want to take the quiz" and I'll send it to you. Easter is a moving holiday, which means that it's determined each year when it's going to take place. The first Sunday after the full moon in Aries is celebrated as Easter. The Friday preceding this day is observed as Good Friday. The sun's entry into Aries marks the beginning of spring, the spring equinox. I strongly recommend reading the full chapter, it's not very long, of the book Your Faith is Your Fortune by Neville Goddard, where he explains really well what this time of the year offers us. And I promise to the atheist folks out there, it's not a religious book. It just uses scripture to convey a message. I'm an atheist myself, or an agnostic, I don't know. So I understand your struggle and this kind of off-putting message of religion, especially if you grew up in a traditional Christian country like I did. So I'm going to read the snippet from the chapter Crucifixion and Resurrection. Seen from the earth, the sun in its northern passage appears at the spring season of the year to cross the imaginary line man calls the equator. So it is said by mystic to be crucified or crucified, that man might live. It is significant that soon after this event takes place, all nature begins to arise or resurrect itself from its long winter's sleep. Therefore, it may be concluded that this disturbance of nature at this season of the year is due directly to this crossing. Mystically, the sun crosses the equator. This is what Neville Goddard called the crucifixion, not of a man, but of consciousness. It's your awareness letting go of who you thought you were, so you can rise into who you truly are. Everything in the Bible is symbolic. It's a psychological drama. When you shift your awareness, when you choose to remember your true nature, your divine self, that's the resurrection. And it doesn't happen once a year, but every moment you choose again that this is your true nature, so that you let go of your mind identification if your 3D is not supporting what you want to see. When you stop spiraling in fear and say, wait, I am love, I am peace, I am already whole. That is your personal Passover. You're passing from the old to the new, from the old concept of self, a human with problems, to the new concept, the ultimate concept, the I am. And this isn't just poetic, it's practical. When you're living from your I am, your awareness of being, manifestation becomes less about trying and more about allowing. So I'll be honest, I never truly cared about Easter. To me, it was just another holiday that didn't really mean much. It was just a long weekend that I kind of enjoyed. But when I read Neville's chapter on crucifixion and resurrection, something just clicked for me. This is why this book, Your Faith is Your Fortune, along with Power of Awareness, are my favorite books of Neville's. It wasn't about a calendar date. It was about a shift inside me. And I can celebrate that every day, really, but especially during this time of the year where nature is reborn. I remember one spring I was spiraling. I was anxious, exhausted, and pushing myself to, stay in alignment, which is just another form of control, isn't it? But then I stopped because I was so tired and exhausted. I let go in that moment. I sat in stillness and remembered that I am. And from that space, really everything changed. I didn't feel the need to do any techniques anymore. I felt like I am is all I need. The manifestations came with less effort. My emotions felt so much softer and less kind of wrong. Like it's okay to feel all of these things. And I started seeing emotions and events as perfect. Sadness is a perfect representation of sadness. Fear is a perfect representation of fear, a perfect experience. All of it is perfect expression of my life. And every little thing became a miracle. When I took a shower at any time I wanted. Every meal was delicious. A bus ride was a miracle. A moment of silence was just profound because you naturally dwell in a state of gratitude if you live in your awareness. That is the spiritual rebirth. That's Easter. Every time we choose awareness over mind identification, so that we no longer suffer due to attachment to who we think we are, because thoughts and emotions and perceptions are not us. And you're not alone. You've never been alone. And you're already so much more than you think. So what if this Easter you didn't chase healing or force alignment, assuming that everything is fine with you, that you don't need any fixing? What if you simply remembered who you are, asking yourself, who am I being? Easter, in its deepest sense, is about shedding what you're not, the human self with problems and thoughts, emotions, perceptions, and sensations, and embodying who you truly are. Love, peace, abundance, fulfillment, freedom, bliss. Not as something you earn, but something you already are. And you've been just blocking that because you confused yourself for something you're not. Let this season be your invitation to awaken. You are so close. Not once, but again and again, every time you say, I am. I am. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope that this helps you. Comment below with your biggest takeaway for others to see and learn as well. What does spiritual awakening feel like for you? Or what do you feel like you need in order to get there? Subscribe to my weekly newsletter, Self-Love Letter, and explore free resources in the description box below. And again, to take my free quiz, to get your customized tips on manifesting blocks based on your result, comment below, I want to take the quiz, and I will provide it to you. These are the videos that YouTube thinks that you should watch next. And remember, you are brave, you are loved. Be kind to yourself. Bye now.